The universe was quiet, too quiet. For centuries, humans believed they were just a small part of the galaxy, unnoticed and unimportant. But tonight, in a small research lab on Earth, that belief was about to change. Captain Alex Morgan leaned back in his chair, staring at the holographic screen in front of him. The lab was dim, filled with the soft hum of computers and the blinking of sensors. Suddenly, the screen flickered, and a strange pattern of symbols appeared. Alex's heart skipped a beat. "This isn't normal," muttered Dr. Hannah Patel, the lead scientist. She adjusted her glasses, her eyes wide with disbelief. "This signal, it's not from any known star system. It's alive." The message was frantic, almost pleading. Words translated from the alien symbols appeared on the screen. "We are the Karen. Our world burns. They are coming. An unstoppable force. If this reaches no one, all will end." Alex felt a chill run down his spine. "Karen. I've read about them in old galactic records," he said softly. "They were considered one of the wisest and most advanced civilizations. If they are sending a message, this is serious." The room went silent. Outside, the city lights of Earth twinkled like stars. But inside the lab, every human present felt the weight of the message. It was clear, the Karen were desperate, hunted by an enemy that no one had ever faced before. The Galactic Council had received similar warnings in the past, but most were dismissed as false alarms or exaggerations. But Alex had a feeling this was different. Humans had always been underestimated. Other species saw Earth as a minor planet, its inhabitants weak and unprepared. Tonight, that judgment might change forever. Dr. Patel continued decoding the message, her fingers flying over the holographic keyboard. "They mention a galaxy-wide threat," she said. "Something that can destroy entire civilizations, and they believe humans might be the key." Alex raised an eyebrow. "Humans? Why us?" The answer was in the next part of the message, a cryptic string of symbols that no other species could decipher. But humans, with their unique way of thinking, could. The message seemed almost like a puzzle, something designed to test intelligence, creativity, and persistence, qualities humans had in abundance. Outside the lab, the world went on, unaware that the fate of the galaxy was being decided in this small room. Alex felt a mix of fear and excitement. He had faced dangerous situations before, but this was something entirely new. He stood up and looked at the team. "We don't know what we are about to face," he said. "But one thing is certain. If we ignore this message, countless lives across the galaxy will be lost. We have to act." Dr. Patel nodded, her eyes shining with determination. "We've started preparing a transmission back," she said. "We need to respond carefully. One wrong move and we could make things worse." The message continued, revealing glimpses of the Karen's suffering. Cities reduced to rubble, skies filled with fire, and shadows of the enemy moving faster than light. Alex could see the desperation in their words, and he realized that this was not just a call for help, it was a challenge. "We've always adapted," Alex said quietly. "We've always survived. Maybe, just maybe, this is our moment to prove it to the galaxy." Hours passed as the team worked tirelessly. The symbols slowly transformed into patterns humans could understand. It became clear that the Karen were giving instructions, clues that would lead to technology, strategies, and secrets lost to other species. But it required human intuition to unlock them. Finally, the last part of the message appeared. It was short, almost like a whisper. "Only they will understand. Only they can save what remains. Hurry, before all is lost." Alex stared at the message. The weight of responsibility settled on his shoulders, but so did determination. Humans had always been underestimated. The galaxy had counted them dead, insignificant, powerless. But this was different. He turned to the team and said, "No one expected humans to be the galaxy's last hope, but the message changed everything." Outside, the stars twinkled, indifferent to the events on Earth. But inside that lab, humans had taken their first step into a larger universe. A universe where courage, intelligence, and adaptability could change the fate of billions. And for the first time, the galaxy had no idea what was coming. The message from the Karen had changed everything. For centuries, humans had been considered weak, slow, and insignificant. Other species laughed at Earth's attempts to join the Galactic Council, dismissing humans as a primitive race. But now that laughter seemed hollow. The message had put humanity at the center of a galaxy-wide crisis. Captain Alex Morgan stood in the command center of Earth's new interstellar headquarters. Holographic screens filled the room, displaying star maps, alien fleets, and the last known location of the Karen homeworld. The humans in the room worked tirelessly, analyzing every part of the desperate transmission. "This is not just a call for help," said Dr. Hannah Patel, the lead scientist. Her voice was steady, but her eyes betrayed her worry. "They've given us coordinates, hints about technology, even their enemies' tactics. If we can understand it, we could save billions." Alex's brow furrowed. "And if we fail?" Hannah shook her head. "Then the galaxy loses hope. And we may not survive either." The room fell silent. The stakes were impossibly high. Humanity had never faced a threat like this. Entire alien civilizations had been wiped out by forces far stronger than anything humans had seen. And yet, Alex felt something rise inside him, a mix of fear and determination. "Humans have always found a way," Alex said quietly. "We adapt. We survive. We overcome. If anyone can face this, it's us." Outside the command center, the Galactic Council was in session. Representatives of dozens of species argued, debated, and shouted. Most of them still did not believe the message. "Humans?" one alien diplomat sneered. "They can barely survive in their own solar system, and now they claim to be capable of saving a galaxy?" Alex ignored them. He had learned long ago that other species often underestimated humans. And that was exactly what made humans dangerous. Not in a violent way, but in a clever, unpredictable way. No other race could think as humans did, act as humans did, and adapt like humans did. Back in the lab, the team worked on the Karen's coordinates. Their technology was advanced but fragmented, damaged by the enemy. Alex watched as Hannah and her team decoded a series of symbols that led to an alien map. The map showed the route to the Karen homeworld, but also indicated danger zones, where the enemy might be waiting. "This is incredible," said Alex, pointing to the map. "They've hidden their location in plain sight. Only someone who can think creatively could understand this. That's why they sent the message to us." Hannah nodded. "Humans have always solved puzzles like this. That's our strength." The decision was made. Humanity would send a fleet. It was small, but it was fast, clever, and fully prepared. Captain Alex Morgan would lead the mission with a team of scientists, strategists, and pilots. Every person chosen had a skill the galaxy had never seen before: intuition, improvisation, and courage. Before departure, Alex stood on the observation deck, looking out at the stars. He felt a mixture of excitement and fear. "This is bigger than anything we've faced," he thought. "But if we don't try, then no one will survive." The fleet launched quietly, leaving Earth behind. Other species watched, some with skepticism, some with curiosity. Humans moved with purpose, not arrogance, but with confidence. Every star they passed brought them closer to the Karen, closer to danger, and closer to proving themselves. Days passed in hyperspace. During the journey, the team worked tirelessly to decode more parts of the Karen message. They discovered hints about the enemy's speed, their tactics, and even weaknesses, information that no other species could have found without human intuition. "This is remarkable," said Hannah. "They've designed their message not just to warn, but to teach. And it's meant for humans. Only humans could understand it fully." Alex smiled. "Then we better not disappoint them." Finally, the fleet approached the coordinates. The Karen world was visible, a once beautiful planet now scarred and burning. Cities were destroyed, skies darkened with smoke, and the enemy's presence was everywhere. The sight was horrifying, yet humans did not falter. They had come prepared, not just with weapons but with minds ready to adapt and survive. "Prepare for contact," Alex ordered. "We're not just rescuing them. We're going to learn from them, understand them, and find a way to fight back. Humans have always risen in the face of impossible odds, and we're about to do it again." The alien survivors were cautious at first. They had seen fleets from other species come and go, all of them failing. But when humans landed, something unexpected happened. The Karen studied them carefully, then slowly began to communicate. The humans were not afraid, not impatient, not rigid. They listened. They adapted. They solved problems the Karen thought impossible. And then came the first real test. A scouting team reported movement in the skies above the planet. The enemy. Faster than light, relentless, and powerful. The Karen had been hiding, hoping someone would come, but they did not expect humans to fight back. Alex looked at the approaching enemy fleet and smiled grimly. "They think they know what humans are capable of, but they have no idea." The Karen whispered to each other, amazement in their voices. They are different. Perhaps they can save us after all." For the first time, humans felt the weight of being the galaxy's hope. But they also felt the thrill of proving themselves. Underestimated, overlooked, dismissed, the galaxy had made a mistake. Humans were here and nothing would stop them. The Karen world was scarred, a planet once bright and full of life, now smoldering under a gray sky. Captain Alex Morgan's fleet hovered silently above the planet, its ships small but swift, glinting like silver against the smoke-filled atmosphere. Humans had never faced an enemy like this before, relentless, fast and deadly, but that did not scare them. Alex looked at his team, each member focused on their tasks. "Remember," he said, "we are not just here to rescue. We are here to understand, adapt, and survive. Stay sharp, think creatively, and trust your instincts. That is what makes us human." Dr. Hannah Patel was already scanning the planet below. "I've detected multiple enemy signatures," she said, pointing to the holographic display. "They move faster than anything we've seen, and they're heading toward the Karen survivors. If we delay, it may be too late." Alex's jaw tightened. "Prepare the landing teams. We go in now." The humans descended in sleek transport ships, weaving carefully through smoke and debris. The Karen watched from the ruined cities, hidden behind walls and rubble, fear and hope in their eyes. When the humans landed, they moved quickly but cautiously, helping the Karen evacuate survivors while scanning for enemy activity. "This is incredible," said Hannah, amazed. "Humans are organized, creative, and fearless. They are solving problems the Karen thought impossible." The Karen whispered among themselves. "We have waited centuries for someone like them," one said. "Perhaps they are the ones who can save us." But their relief was short-lived. A sudden tremor shook the ground. From the dark clouds above, the enemy fleet appeared. Ships faster than light descended like shadows, sleek and terrifying. Their engines glowed with a strange, cold light, and their weapons were ready. The humans froze for only a moment, then adapted instantly. Alex gave his orders calmly but firmly. "Defensive formations. Keep the transport safe. Focus on their weaknesses. Watch their movements. Move as one. Adapt." The humans were outnumbered, but their strategy was unlike anything the enemy expected. They used the planet's ruined buildings as cover, lured enemy scouts into traps, and coordinated with a precision that amazed the Karen. Every move was unpredictable, every decision made with instinct and intelligence. "Look at them," a Karen elder said. "They think differently. They do not panic. They do not rush blindly. They are extraordinary." In the sky above, human fighter ships weaved through enemy fire, dodging impossible attacks while countering with makeshift weapons created from the Karen technology. Alex himself led a daring maneuver, drawing enemy fire away from the evacuating survivors. "This is it," he muttered. "Time to show them what humans are capable of." The humans discovered a weakness in the enemy ships. Their engines could be temporarily disabled by a precise energy pulse, something humans quickly calculated using the Karen data. One by one, the enemy ships fell from the sky, unable to pursue the fleeing survivors. The Karen watched in disbelief. "Never have we seen a species fight like this," a Karen commander said, voice shaking. "They are not just brave, they are intelligent, unpredictable, unstoppable in their creativity." But even in victory, the humans knew the battle was only beginning. More enemy forces would come, and the Karen world was far from safe. Alex signaled the fleet. "We hold what we can, evacuate the survivors and continue decoding their technology. This enemy is strong, but humans adapt faster. That is our strength." During the night, as the smoke cleared, humans and Karen worked side by side. They rebuilt damaged defenses, studied the enemy ships, and shared knowledge. Humans asked questions, learned quickly, and implemented strategies no other species had thought of. "This is just the beginning," Alex told his team. "We are here not only to save the Karen, but to prepare for the fight ahead. The enemy believes they are unstoppable. They are about to learn the truth. Humans never give up, and humans always find a way." The Karen survivors began to trust the humans completely. They showed them hidden caches of ancient technology, explaining devices and weapons humans could understand because of their unique thinking. Alex realized that humans could do what no other species could: take incomplete, broken knowledge and turn it into solutions in real time. As the stars twinkled above the smoke-filled skies, Alex looked at the horizon, knowing that the real test was yet to come. The enemy would return, stronger and more numerous. But for the first time, humans had not only survived, they had triumphed in a small but critical battle. The Karen looked on, hope returning to their eyes. "Perhaps the message was right," one said. "Only humans can save us." Alex spoke to his team, his voice steady. "We've taken the first step. The galaxy counted us dead, underestimated our power, but they will see. Humans are not just survivors. We are creators, thinkers, fighters. And we will rise above impossible odds, every single time. And as the night settled over the ruined planet, the humans prepared for what lay ahead. The enemy was still out there, faster, stronger, and relentless. But one truth had been proven: humans were not just part of the galaxy, they were a force that could change it forever. The first battle above the Karen world had been won, but the victory was small. Captain Alex Morgan knew the real fight was just beginning. The enemy that hunted the Karen was vast, relentless, and ruthless. They were fast, organized, and far stronger than anything humanity had ever faced. Yet Alex and his team felt a strange confidence. They were humans, adaptive, intelligent, and unpredictable. And that made all the difference. As the fleet regrouped in orbit, Alex studied the star map projected in front of him. Red dots marked enemy ships, still swarming in nearby systems. "They are gathering more forces," he said, his voice calm but firm. "And they expect us to panic. But humans don't panic. We adapt. We find solutions when none exist. That's our advantage." Dr. Hannah Patel nodded. "We've been decoding more of the Karen technology. There are defensive systems and energy weapons here that can amplify our existing ships. It will take time, but it's something no other species could do as quickly as humans." Alex smiled. "Then let's not waste any time." On the ground, the Karen survivors continued rebuilding what they could. They worked alongside human engineers, who quickly repaired communication systems and constructed temporary defenses using scavenged alien materials. While other species might have struggled to understand the alien devices, humans saw patterns, made connections, and improvised. "Look at this," said one engineer, holding a device that resembled a strange energy conduit. "No one else would know how to make this work, but humans, we can adapt it." The enemy fleet returned with greater numbers. Hundreds of sleek, deadly ships emerged from hyperspace, filling the sky with cold light. The Karen froze in fear. "They cannot survive this," whispered an elder. Alex raised his hand to calm them. "Yes, they can. And they will." The humans acted immediately. Ships split into smaller groups, each one executing precise maneuvers designed to confuse the enemy. Using the Karen devices, they created energy shields and decoy fields that tricked the enemy sensors. Where brute force failed, humans used intelligence, creativity, and adaptability. "Faster than light doesn't mean smarter," Alex said, watching as enemy ships collided with invisible barriers. "They can outrun anything, but they can't think like us." The Karen watched in awe. Humans were everywhere at once. Pilots dodging attacks, engineers repairing damaged ships mid-flight, scientists calculating trajectories and energy pulses with lightning speed. It was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. Humans were not just fighting, they were inventing solutions in real time. In the thick of the battle, Alex led a squadron directly into the enemy lines. Using a combination of Karen energy pulses and human piloting skill, they disabled multiple enemy ships. The others scrambled to pursue, but human unpredictability kept them at bay. Hannah watched from the command deck, eyes wide. "They're doing the impossible. No other species could have done this. Humans are remarkable." The enemy fleet adapted, increasing their aggression. They targeted the humans' weak points, thinking they could overwhelm them with numbers. But humans did not flee. Instead, they created counter-strategies on the spot, redirecting enemy fire, using debris for cover, and launching feints that tricked even the most advanced enemy sensors. One by one, enemy ships fell or retreated. The Karen, witnessing humans fight like this for the first time, began to whisper among themselves. Perhaps they are the ones we hoped for," said one. "They are not just humans. They are something greater." Alex's voice came over the comms, calm and confident. "Remember, we don't fight like anyone else. We survive. We adapt. We find solutions where others see only death. This is what makes us human. And no enemy, no matter how fast or strong, can predict what we will do next." Hours passed. The enemy retreated, leaving the Karen world intact for now. Humans had turned an impossible situation into a tactical victory. But Alex knew better than to celebrate. This was only the beginning. The enemy would return, stronger and smarter. And the galaxy's fate depended on what humans did next. As night fell over the scarred world, humans and Karen worked side by side, repairing defenses and preparing for the next attack. They shared knowledge, taught each other strategies, and built machines together. Humans adapted Karen technology in ways no one else could. They saw connections that others missed, patterns hidden in chaos, and solutions where no solutions existed. One of the Karen elders approached Alex. "Your species, you fight differently. You think differently. You are extraordinary. Alex looked at the stars, determination burning in his eyes. We may be underestimated, he said. The galaxy may think we are weak. But humans have always found a way. And we will prove it, every time, no matter the odds. Above them, the enemy fleet lingered at the edge of the system. They had seen humans fight and survived, but they could not understand them. The unpredictability, intelligence, and adaptability of humans made them dangerous beyond measure. And for the first time, the Karen believed that humanity might not just save their civilization, they might save the entire galaxy. The battle above the Karen world had ended, but the war was far from over. Captain Alex Morgan knew that defeating the enemy required more than courage. It required understanding, strategy, and intelligence. Humans had survived impossible odds before, but this time the enemy was relentless, organized, and utterly determined. In the command center, Dr. Hannah Patel worked tirelessly with her team. The enemy ships are fast and strong, she said, tapping holographic displays. But I think we're beginning to understand their patterns. They have a rhythm, a weakness hidden in their attack cycles. Alex leaned over her shoulder, eyes sharp. Show me. Hannah highlighted a series of graphs and energy readings. See here, she said. Every time they accelerate, there's a brief moment where their shields dip. It's only a fraction of a second, but it's there. If we can exploit it, we can strike without being destroyed. Alex's mind raced. Then we hit them there. But we need more than brute force. We need a strategy that no one else could think of. Humans are adaptable. We'll create something they can't anticipate. The humans spent days preparing. Engineers modified ships with Karen energy amplifiers, creating weapons that could fire precisely timed pulses to exploit the enemy's brief shield weakness. Pilots practiced maneuvers that seemed impossible, weaving through debris and enemy fire. Scientists simulated every possible scenario, testing ideas that other species would have dismissed as too risky. The Karen watched in awe. Humans don't just react, one elder whispered. They create solutions we would never imagine. They are extraordinary. Finally, the time came. The enemy fleet returned, larger and faster than before. They descended upon the Karen world with the same deadly precision that had terrified countless civilizations. But the humans were ready. Alex took the lead, piloting his ship through the smoke and fire, dodging enemy lasers with skill and intuition. Focus on their patterns, he ordered. Watch the timing. Wait for the moment. Then strike. For hours the battle raged. Enemy ships outnumbered humans 10-1. They were relentless, attacking from every direction, trying to overwhelm the defenders. But humans were unpredictable. They used the terrain, debris, and energy pulses to their advantage. Each move was calculated, adaptive, and impossible to predict. Then came the turning point. Using the Karen amplifiers, human ships fired a synchronized pulse at precisely the right moment. Enemy shields flickered, just as Hannah had predicted. One by one, enemy ships were disabled, unable to recover before the humans struck again. The Karen gasped. It is impossible, one cried. How can they do this? Alex's team continued to adapt in real time. Enemy ships tried new formations, but humans adjusted instantly, finding gaps in their defenses, redirecting fire, and improvising solutions on the fly. What seemed like chaos to the enemy was actually a carefully orchestrated strategy, a dance only humans could perform. Hours turned into a full day of fighting, and the enemy began to retreat. They had underestimated the humans, thinking raw power was enough to win. They did not realize that human intelligence, creativity, and adaptability were far stronger than any weapon. In the aftermath, the Karen survivors emerged from hiding. Their eyes were wide with admiration and disbelief. Your species, you have saved us. Not just with strength but with your minds, said a Karen commander. We have never seen such skill. You are truly remarkable. Alex looked at his team, tired but resolute. We've learned something important, he said. The enemy believes power is all that matters. They do not understand humans. But humans can find a way when there is none. We adapt. We survive. We fight differently. And that is how we win. Hannah smiled, exhausted but proud. We've also learned more about their technology. If we continue decoding their systems, we could predict their next moves and strike even more effectively. Humans can change the course of this war completely. Alex nodded. Then that is what we will do. The enemy thinks they are unstoppable, but they haven't faced humans like us. Not yet. As the survivors celebrated their small victory, Alex looked up at the stars. The galaxy was still dangerous, filled with enemies and threats beyond imagining. But humanity had shown its strength, not just in fighting but in thinking, adapting, and creating solutions no other species could conceive. The Karen elders approached him, their voices filled with awe. "Your species, you may save the galaxy," one said. "You are unlike any we have known. You are hope itself." Alex smiled, feeling the weight of responsibility. "We will not stop. We will continue to fight, to adapt, and to protect. Humans have always been underestimated, but the galaxy will never make that mistake again." And so the turning point had arrived. Humanity had discovered the enemy's weakness, turned the tide of battle, and proven that courage and intelligence together could achieve what raw power could not. The war was far from over, but hope had returned, not just for the Karen but for the entire galaxy. As night fell over the scarred world, humans prepared for the next challenge. They would fight smarter, faster, and with creativity that no enemy could predict. The galaxy had counted them dead, underestimated their strength, and ignored their potential. But now humans had shown the truth: they were not just survivors. They were a force capable of changing the fate of billions. And for the first time, the Karen and the galaxy believed it. The galaxy had never seen humans like this before. Captain Alex Morgan and his fleet hovered above the Karen world, now a symbol of hope rather than despair. The enemy had retreated after humans exploited their weakness, but Alex knew better than to celebrate. They would return stronger, faster, and more determined. And when they did, humanity would be ready. In the command center, Dr. Hannah Patel studied the latest scans. "We've gathered all the Karen technology we can use. If we combine it with human ingenuity, we can create a plan to end this threat once and for all," she said. Alex leaned over the holographic star map. Enemy forces were regrouping across multiple systems. "We don't just respond," he said. "We take the fight to them." Humans fight differently. They rely on intelligence, unpredictability, and courage. That's how we win. The team worked day and night, modifying ships, designing new weapons, and coordinating strategies. Human creativity knew no limits. They combined Karen energy amplifiers with human-engineered propulsion systems, creating ships that could move faster than the enemy expected. They developed energy pulses that disabled enemy shields in ways no other species had imagined. The Karen watched in awe. "They take what we give them and make it better," whispered an elder. "No other species could do this." When the enemy fleet returned, their ships filled the skies like a dark storm. Hundreds of sleek, deadly vessels, armed with weapons designed to destroy entire planets, approached the Karen world. Most species would have panicked. Most species would have fled. But humans did not. Alex raised his hand, his voice calm but commanding. "We know their weaknesses. We know their patterns. We know what they cannot anticipate. Follow the plan. Adapt when necessary. And remember, we survive no matter the odds." The humans split into squads, each moving with precision, intelligence, and creativity. They lured enemy ships into traps, used debris and energy pulses to confuse sensors, and struck at the exact moment when shields were vulnerable. Every move was calculated, yet unpredictable, a combination the enemy could not counter. Alex led a daring maneuver directly into the heart of the enemy formation. Enemy leaders thought humans would attack cautiously, but Alex's fleet moved with speed, intelligence, and ingenuity. They disabled multiple ships at once, creating chaos in the enemy ranks. In the Karen command centers, survivors whispered in disbelief. "They are not just fighting," one said. "They are inventing solutions in real time. No other species could do this. Humans, they are extraordinary." Hours turned into a full day of combat. Human pilots dodged impossible attacks, engineers repaired ships mid-battle, and scientists calculated energy pulses with split-second precision. They were everywhere at once, unpredictable, unstoppable, and brilliant. The enemy tried to adapt, sending reinforcements and changing formations, but humans adjusted instantly. Their ability to think creatively, improvise, and adapt in real time was unmatched. The tide of battle turned completely. Finally, the enemy leader appeared, a massive ship unlike any the humans had seen before. Its energy shields pulsed with immense power. "We end this," Alex said quietly. "Humans never back down. We find a way." The final confrontation was tense. Alex used every tactic at his disposal, deception, speed, and timing, to exploit the enemy leader's only weakness. A coordinated energy pulse struck at the perfect moment, disabling the massive ship. The rest of the enemy fleet, leaderless and confused, began to retreat. The Karen cheered. "They did it," one cried. The humans, They have defeated the enemy. Alex looked around at his team, proud but focused. This is not just our victory, he said. It is proof of what humans can do. We were underestimated, dismissed, counted dead. But we adapted. We survived. And we have shown the galaxy that humans are a force to be reckoned with. The Karen approached him, their voices filled with awe and gratitude. Your species, you are beyond anything we imagined. You are not just warriors, you are thinkers, creators, and protectors. You have saved us all. Alex nodded. We are humans. We adapt. We fight. And we never give up. As the enemy fleet disappeared into the stars, the humans had not only defended the Karen, they had changed the course of the war. Across the galaxy, whispers spread of the strange, extraordinary species from Earth. A species underestimated for centuries had proven its intelligence, courage, and creativity could overcome any odds. On the Karen world, humans and Karen worked together to rebuild. Communication systems were restored, defenses strengthened, and technology shared. The survivors learned from humans not just as allies, but as students of ingenuity and adaptability. Alex stood on a hill overlooking the repaired city, the stars shining above. We have shown them what humans are capable of, he said softly. But the galaxy is vast. There will be more challenges, more threats. And we will be ready. Humans always are. For the first time, the Karen and the galaxy truly understood. Humans were not a minor species to be ignored. They were a force that could think, adapt, and create solutions no one else could. They were hope, intelligence, and courage in one unstoppable package. And the galaxy would never underestimate humans again. The battle was over. The enemy, once feared across the galaxy, had been defeated. The Karen world, scarred but no longer in flames, began to heal. Cities were rebuilt, defenses strengthened, and life slowly returned. But more than that, the galaxy had learned a truth it could not ignore. Humans were extraordinary. Captain Alex Morgan stood on a hill overlooking the restored city. The smoke of battle had cleared, replaced by the soft glow of dawn. Humans and Karen moved together, sharing knowledge, repairing technology, and learning from each other. Alex watched quietly, knowing that what they had accomplished went far beyond a single battle. Dr. Hannah Patel joined him. It's amazing, she said softly. We didn't just survive. We saved them. And we changed the way the galaxy sees humans forever. Alex nodded. The galaxy always underestimated us. They thought we were weak, slow, and insignificant. But humans adapt. We think differently. We survive in ways others cannot imagine. And now the galaxy knows it. In the weeks that followed, messages of respect and gratitude poured in from species across multiple star systems. For the first time, humanity's place in the galaxy was recognized, not as a minor race to be overlooked, but as a force of intelligence, courage, and ingenuity. The Karen elders approached Alex and his team, their faces filled with awe and gratitude. Your species, one said slowly, choosing words carefully, has given us hope. Not just hope for survival, but hope for the future. You are not just humans. You are protectors, thinkers, and creators. You have shown the galaxy what true strength means. Alex smiled, humbled by their words. We are humans. We make mistakes. We stumble. But we never stop. We adapt. We fight. And we find a way. That is our strength, and that is what saved your civilization. The Karen looked around at the humans working alongside them. Engineers repaired energy grids, pilots trained Karen in tactics that combined human and Karen technology, and scientists shared discoveries that would advance both civilizations. It was a partnership built on trust, respect, and the knowledge that humans could rise to any challenge. News of humanity's triumph spread across the galaxy like wildfire. Other species, once dismissive, now watched humans with respect, and perhaps a touch of fear. Humans had shown that raw power alone was not enough to win wars. Intelligence, creativity, adaptability, and courage were just as powerful, and humans possessed them in abundance. Back on Earth, the news was met with awe and pride. People watched broadcasts of the Karen world, amazed at what humans had accomplished. Children dreamed of space and adventure, inspired by the courage and ingenuity of their species. For the first time, humanity truly understood its potential, and the galaxy understood it too. Alex stood on the observation deck of the flagship, looking out at the stars. We came here because someone needed help. But we discovered something greater. We discovered what humans can do when faced with impossible odds. We are not just survivors, we are creators, thinkers, fighters. And the galaxy can never count us out again. Hannah joined him, smiling. Do you think they will ever fully understand us? Alex shook his head gently. Some may never understand. They may try to predict us, underestimate us, or dismiss us, but that will never matter. Humans are unpredictable, intelligent, and resourceful. We will rise above every challenge, no matter how impossible it seems. The Karen had begun to rebuild their civilization, stronger and wiser than before. They would never forget the humans who saved them. But humanity had also learned lessons of its own. They had faced fear, danger, and an enemy the galaxy thought unstoppable, and they had triumphed not through raw power but through courage, intelligence, and adaptability. As the first ships of a new human Karen fleet prepared to patrol the galaxy, Alex turned to his team. "This is just the beginning," he said. "The galaxy will face threats we cannot yet imagine. But humans will always be ready. We are not just part of this galaxy, we are a force that can change it. And that is the legacy we leave." The stars shone bright above, silent witnesses to humanity's triumph. The galaxy, which had once counted humans as insignificant, now watched them with respect, awe, and cautious hope. The Karen whispered among themselves, finally understanding what humans had always known, that their species was capable of greatness beyond measure. And Alex knew, deep in his heart, that this was only the beginning. Humanity would continue to rise, adapt, and overcome. The galaxy had counted them dead, underestimated their potential, and ignored their power. But humans had proved the truth. When faced with impossible odds, they do not falter, they rise. The message that had started it all, the desperate call of a dying civilization, had not only saved the Karen, but had awakened humanity's place in the galaxy. Humans were no longer just survivors. They were heroes, innovators, and protectors. And for the first time in history, the galaxy knew that humans were a species to be respected, feared, and admired. No one expected humans to be the galaxy's last hope, Alex whispered, gazing at the stars. But we proved that hope can come from the most unexpected place, and we will never stop rising.